Howdy and aloha, everyone. It's James with Monotalk. It's March 25th, 2024. Oh my God, it's just getting crazier and crazier. And I've told everybody, I don't know, a year or 2 or 3 ago, that 2024 is going to be nuts. And we're talking nuts. Let's watch this real quick. This is a good one. As we watch, who is this? Nadler. This guy is just funny. Oh my God, it's just getting crazier and crazier. Right here with it. You're gonna love this.
You okay? You all right? Okay, do you want to drink some of this? I'll give you some electrolyte.
Doctor? He's gone. I think they're just ODing.
Have the ability to add more when we need them. And I think that the congressman's right about that fact. Jerry, you want some? Yeah, I got some here. Jerry? Hydrated, you okay? You want to take a drink?
No.
Give yourself some. How you feel, man?
It's crazy. Here are your fearless democratic leaders. That's pretty sad. And they're just flopping at an alarming rate. There was another guy who fucking tanked the other day. I don't know if I think I kept it somewhere. Wait, let me just go to my posts. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Somebody from the Pentagon or something. All of a sudden, he just freaking like started throwing up on the thing. Let's find out. I gotta show you this. All right, let's go to here. Let's go to check out highlights. Don't have that. Let's look at my media. That's just pictures. Did I put a reply on it? I think it's in here. No. All right, let me check this real quick. Hang on. I've had the sniffles for a couple days now. Yep, Jim gets the sniffles. Let's see if I got it here. And if I can move it. Oh, look, I'm live. See if I can get down there. What's interesting on my X is not everything posts. That when I look it up on my computer, it's kind of weird. Kind of doesn't make any sense. Because I know I put a bunch of stuff in X. I always put crap in X, but it's just for some reason it doesn't stay there or something. Like it's what I'm seeing here is totally different than what I show. Let me see. Yeah, Nadler. That was Nadler, just losing it. You okay? No. This is that's your Demoncratic fearless leaders. Yeah. Fucking Jesus. Pretty sad. Who else do I got in here? Where's that dude? He's in here somewhere. It was a Pentagon guy. He was doing something, and then all of a sudden, he just fell over and just couldn't do anything. He was just out of it, like right in the middle of his speech. It was fucking ridiculous. I don't have it. I could have sworn I saved it. Maybe it's on my. Let's try here. Favorites. I know I posted as favorites. Here's Neller. I got a few things to go over here. Maybe it's in here. This one guy, he's fucking talking, and then all of a sudden, he just snot. There's Bobolinsky. Where the fuck is it, man? I know I had it. Now I'm going way back. Okay. Yeah, this isn't...
Democrats claim that the children of an illegal alien shouldn't have to pay for the crimes of the parent. Okay, maybe, but then they'll say we're responsible for 17th century slave owners? Democrats claim that the children of an illegal alien
Where is that? I know I had it in here. Oh, I think I posted it on here. Hold on. Let me go here instead. Redo this. I think San Diego won that. But let me see what else I got in here. Well, here somewhere. Let's get out of here. I think it's in my other account. So we're going to log out. We're going to go to here. Could have sworn I posted that. Oh, there it is, right here. Copy link address. Let's go here.
We actually go back to...
So,
Hold on a minute.
This was like 10 days ago.
Sir, can somebody help me?
This is funny. How is that funny? There's your fearless, Kool-Aided Democratic leaders. Right there. Right? And where's the other one? Where's the Nadler one? It's just fucking pathetic. You're fucking pathetic.
You okay? You okay? You all right?
Yeah, they're your people. You have a demented, illegal alien in the White House. This is fucking crazy. This is just fucking nuts. And there's just people dropping like flies out there. You know, I wonder what's doing all that damage. I wonder what it could be. Could it just be fatigue? Could it be stress? Could it be a hangover? I wonder what it really is. And what do you think it really is? Because I know what it is. I know it's causing these people to lose it. To not function properly. I mean, this thing that they had everybody take back in 2020 and 2021 and 2022 and 2023 and 2024. It's just got some really alarming numbers. Hey, Jordan, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, it's just... Did you watch that movie? The Day the Earth Stood Still? You gotta go watch that movie. With Keanu Reeves and John Cleese and Jennifer Connelly. Great movie. But, and a few other people in there. John Hamm, I think his name. But, what we're kind of wondering now is who's going to lead, who's strong enough to lead the country? Because it ain't these people. I've never seen in my life the most weakest derelicts of lunacy in my life. You know, and I've seen some crazy shit. You know, I've been here, there, everywhere. Been in some pretty bad situations, and you know, but I mean, in regards to politics, Keanu Reeves movies are good. He didn't really do much in that movie. I think he had like 50 words in the entire movie. So my body does. Yeah, it's funny. We're just seeing some really interesting things. I mean, we've got trans leaders, men dressed in dresses, acting like women, leading our military. Now, no, I'm not doing that. I can't condone it. I'm not with it. It's not going to fucking happen. Yeah. I'm too great. It's Klaatu. I think his name was Klaatu. What Eptu Kryato. Anyway. Yeah, it's just fucking nuts. You got these people just look at this, Snark. This is crazy. Look at this fucking dude.
Right? Okay, you want to drink some of this and give you some electrolyte.
He's gone. What happened to McConnell the other day? He's a Republican too. He's a Republican. He's a rhino. The Demoncrats and the Rhipiglicans
have the ability to add more when we need them. And I think the congressman's right about that fact. There, you want some? Yeah, I got some here, Jerry.
What is she, a handler or something? What is she doing? Standing
a little dehydrated, brother.
Oh, he's dehydrated?
You okay?
No. You okay? No. Fucking nuts. What's this guy's deal here? What's this guy's deal? Right, can you tell me what this guy's deal is?
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Here.
This is the Biden administration.
You okay?
Okay, I'm gonna sit you down.
Gotcha.
Can I get a chair?
Good chair. Take some more. What happened?
I'm to 60 aircraft in FY21 again. So it just. So FY17 is 43. FY18 is.
Jim.
Sir, can somebody go back to. Hold on a minute. Hold on. We actually go back to. Hold on a minute. Sir, can somebody help me?
This is our strong governmental leaders, right? Oh, God, this is so fucking pathetic. It's disgusting. I've never seen the most pathetic group, or excuse me, the most pathetic, sickly, pedophile-ish, disgusting creature bucking administration in my life, ever. It's sick. It's freaking amazing. I've never seen that. It's just, anybody, let's just say in the 50s or the 60s or the 70s or the 80s or the 90s that wasn't here, in the past 5 or 10 years would look at this if they woke up from a coma or something like that and go, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? This is just nuts. There's just so much crap. It's just the amount of crap that I'm seeing. Here's let's just see if there's more crap. Oh, this is smart. Because I used to think solar was brilliant, but it's not. Hey, watch this. Here's what happens to solar in a hailstone. Expand it so you can see it. Actually, I'm on the wrong screen. Sorry. Here we go. No, I'm on the right screen. Okay, here we go. Just destroyed. What is that? Alt tab? Just fucking destroyed. I don't know. It's very rare to get a hailstorm in California. Yeah. And I'm not bagging on solar. I think solar's not a bad idea. But out of the 80 chests of Tesla's inventions that he had, he had 80 pretty good sized chests. Like a chest, like a treasure chest. Maybe it's like 3.5, 4 feet long by 2 by 1.5 or something like that. 40 of them were missing, and out of all the chests he had, I'm sorry, I think 40 were missing. I'm not sure if it was 80, but 40 were missing. And he was able to use the technology that he had gathered from the pyramids and make a static electricity energy device. All that I'm saying to you is this is pathetic. It seems like we're fucking going in the wrong direction, right? And then I watch, watch this one. I'm gonna. Did I pass this one along? And then Kate, like I put right here, successful. Here, listen to what she says. You gotta hear this.
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you personally for all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding whilst I've been recovering from surgery. It has been an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family, but I've had a fantastic medical team who have taken great care of me, for which I'm so grateful. In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful.
What? It was successful?
Surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present.
Does that sound successful to you? Anybody? Does that sound successful to you? You know, that's a fucking joke. Yeah, so here's this. Clovis, California. Finally some people are fucking waking up and saying, yeah. Hospital protocol. Refuse Burton. Yeah, that stuff was killer. I don't know if Cheryl's listening, but I think her husband, they gave her remdesivir. Yeah, like look at that middle picture, that middle sign. Babies are born blank due to, you can see it, read it for yourself. This is fucked up, man. Yeah, you should be a doctor, Snork. I sure would like to go after your college, bro, with a lawsuit. It'll happen. It'll happen. Mark my words. I foresee it. It'll happen. Not that I'm dictating the future, or I'm Nostradamus. It's just, it's already leading in that direction. The indemnification is going away quickly for a lot of these companies. Like Tyson, they're going after Tyson right now because Tyson Foods was one of the first to mandate to their employees to take the step. And there's a lot of lawsuits on that. Now, let's go back in here and see the patheticness of what's happening in this world. Oh, here's this. I don't know if you guys understand this, but let me explain how this works. Okay? And it's pretty simple. I pretty much state it right here. This is the way it works. So what they're doing, it's an indoctrination process. It has nothing to do, because let's just put it this way. So I'm an athlete, and I get decent grades, and I bust my ass because I love playing football or baseball or basketball or polo, or I'm a gymnast or a softball player, girl, whatever. And I do whatever I can to get that scholarship. I'm working for my scholarship. And then all of a sudden, you know, they can pick and choose people now who's going to get a scholarship. And I worked my ass off in this sport so I could get a scholarship. It seems pretty fucked up. But what that's really doing, and people kind of aren't getting this point, and it says, Gretchen Whitmer, we fund scholarships for future educators, pay student teachers, and will help. It's just keep the indoctrination process going. Right? That's what this is about. Now, I'm not saying in general everyone that's in college or any colleges, whether it's community up to a major college, is in on this. But the administration is. They understand what's happening here. It's a process of indoctrination. Now they will be indebted, or they'll know who they're... it's a way of getting somebody to be reliant, dependent on the system, right? Oh, the government took care of me and paid for my college. Well, I think free college should happen automatically, honestly. That's how I've always said. At least at the community college level, right? But here's the thing that's getting me, because there are some brilliant, uncompromised, unbig pharma, unbig hospital, unbig psychology. They're just not into that. They just want kids to learn algebra, which is being taken out of many states, many blue states. Algebra itself is not a requirement. In Washington State, the blue state of Washington, their court, their state court, their state Supreme Court or something, has just ruled that you no longer need to have a bar written passing exam to be an attorney. Now, how does that make everybody else feel throughout the country? Are you like, wait a second? Because I remember a really good friend of mine, who's still a good friend of mine, who's one of the leading district attorneys in Southern California. Brilliant kid. Used to party like a rock star, but then, got his mind right and did things, went in the Army, blah, blah, blah. And he became a very successful district attorney in Southern California. But I remember when I used to go over and pick him up, we'd go party and stuff, and then sometimes I'd just go over and help him out with his bar exam. And it was weird because I used to kind of help him. I'd ask him questions just a few times. It wasn't all the time, but it was maybe a little bit of help. But I think the thing that I helped him with the most was there was this one question where a van is pulling out of the driveway. There's a brush. It's brushy. The van couldn't see and then hits a pedestrian on the sidewalk. Who's at fault? Blah, 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 blah. Right? And he was baffled by all this. And I go, well, it's pretty simple. And he goes, what do you mean it's pretty simple? He goes, well, it's the driver. No. He goes, no, it's the hedge. The homeowner didn't cut the hedges or something. I go, no, I don't think it's just, if you're backing out of somewhere and if your vehicle, anyway, I just told him if your vehicle if you can't see out the back and if you're not honking before you go, if you're not doing it slow enough where you're not going to hit somebody, then you're probably liable. And I go, you're just thinking too deep into this stuff and all the variables. Just fuck that. Just, who had the wheel, who's responsible. That's all it is. But anyway, so he went through a lot to get. My college did not make the call. Yeah, I know, man. I know. It's gonna come back and bite them all in the butt. But he worked his ass off for that bar exam, and a lot of other people have too. So I'm a little concerned about the free college thing now. I think we should, but at a community college level. I mean, I'm not sure if, but on the other hand, are you getting people like Snork to teach you things? Are you getting, that quality or that type of care from an instructor? I don't think you are in many different colleges. I've seen YouTubes of colleges and when they have their lab or seminars and they're just really in tune with their students and they're really putting on a performance of teaching or getting them involved, which I think is huge. I don't believe every instructor out there deserves to be teaching fucking anything. What was that movie? Was it Mrs. Doubtfire or something? Oh, it wasn't Good Will Hunting. It was a movie where this instructor was No, it was Mr. Holland's Opus. Mr. Holland's Opus. Wonderful movie about a wonderful man that was teaching music, which I think music is huge. Music is always huge. We thrive off the tones and the sounds and the vibrations of music. It's good for us, right? And certain chords and certain notes, et cetera, which, this and that, the other thing, whatever gets your goat. But that was a good movie, and they were taking down and taking away funds for the music department, and it was sad. What was more important was the football team, which, all these guys, after they're done beating the shit out of each other, back in the day they were. You guys don't have the protections that they do now. They didn't have the protections that they do now. Back when I was a kid, spearing was, you could do it. If you know what spearing was, it means you used this part of your helmet to take out that guy in any place on his body or the helmet. They didn't even look at that as a problem. I may have had a few concussions. I remember blacking out a few times. I was going up against some pretty fucking fearsome people when I was in college. As a matter of fact, I used to hit every day for a season Jesse Sapolo, right? And a lot of, guys that went pro. And that was not an easy task, but, it's a good thing it was a good thing I only played 3 seasons of football. I don't know what my fucking brain would be like if it was more than that. But yeah, this is an indoctrination process. This is to get these people excited. They're happy. Here's your college. We're going to pay for it. Blah, 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 blah. Now you're indebted to us. They don't see it, but they're going to do it. That's why they're doing that. They won't do anything else. They won't give you Medicare for all. Right? They won't even let's send more money to Ukraine. Let's send more money to Israel. Let's send more money to whatever war coup thing we want to start. But let's not do Medicare for all. Let's not do single payer. Let's not find a way to keep people healthy. Let's not go after the FDA and the USDA and the CDC and the NIH and the WHO or who else that says this is good for you, all these processed foods are good for you, and all these non-processed organic foods that most of the world's eating is bad for you. There's just so many variables and so many different avenues of corruption out there. It's just crazy. It's fucking amazing. It's amazing to see the levels of craziness that's just fucking everywhere. And then here's Bill Gates.
Are you offsetting your own personal emissions
Yes.
with that? And can you give us a sense of the scale of that?
It's like 10 million a year.
Okay. And just
It's a variety of things. Buying electric heat pumps for low-income housing where they get the benefits of lower monthly bills, and I take the carbon credits for those things. There's solar panels. There's a huge variety of things. I don't use some of the less proven approaches.
Such as?
I don't plant trees.
What the fuck? The number one combator, the number one warrior, I'm not talking about Bill Gates, the number one natural system of getting carbon emissions out of the air, CO2, is trees, is green trees, bushes, anything that relies on oxygen, photosynthesis, etc., right? This guy does not. How the fuck is this guy still not in prison? It's amazing to me. It's fucking amazing. I am dumb. I am dumbfounded beyond belief. You know, climate. Let me show you a movie I just watched, and Snork and everybody else, whoever's paying attention. I would recommend that anybody and everybody watch this movie. And I put it up just recently. Let me see. I think I put it on my Facebook here. It's called, and I had it up here a second ago. Right here. This is what I said. You got to watch this movie. Climate, the movie. And I recommend getting it because that movie pretty much says it all. It goes into great detail with documentation and proof. You can look it up. They clearly, every fucking astrophysicist or astronomist, not astronomist, or what the fuck is those guys? Not the yeah, go watch it tonight for sure. It's really good. A&M Suarez. Hi, how you doing? Yeah. Stratosphericologist. Oh, I can't. It's gonna come to me. Anyway, I just paid close attention to Climate, the movie. If global governments can lie at a magnitude that they have been for decades, then there most assuredly needs to be a global revolt against this, in my opinion. That's just me. As I have been alerting and warning for years, the Economic Forum is a terrorist entity. It is. And people start to catch on now. By the way, all Democrats and many third parties and a very few Rhipiglicans support the global lie of climate change. However, and I know Snork agrees with me, we most assuredly have a catastrophic physical and chemical pollution management problem that needs personal attention, not more money for any NGO or corporation to quote-unquote fix it. Yeah, that's what they're doing. This whole climate thing is a scam. They recently said that by 2050 they want to have $90 trillion to combat climate change. This is what they've guesstimated that they want. $90 trillion. So if you want $90 trillion to fix anything, you should probably fix global hunger and global water. You know, this climate movie goes into the water problems, and there's so many other things out there. Do you want to stop war? If you had $90 trillion, could you think you'd stop all the wars? Yeah. We know, Smedley Butler, look him up. War is a Racket. Read his book. And there's a bunch of other people that, say that, war is just money laundering. It's just thieves looting, writing blank checks to, the World Economic Forum, global predator class, basically. But yeah, that's pretty much what's happening. And it's sad, but you guys need to watch this movie. It's very well done. There's some good information in there. And it shows that it's bullshit. But, there's more that you can find out yourself. It was just well done. It was just well done. And it's just the lunacy about that is crazy. I mean, you've got, I think right here you've got Al Gore now saying, I think I just had that. Oh, and this is good too. This is always good. The cloud seeding is everywhere. I saw this over Disneyland, California about 10 years ago. Just like this. Sun Sims scalding everyone. No one believed me. Yeah, it was everywhere. This is all over California. Every blue state is fucking just destroyed with geoengineering or cloud seeding or chemtrails. And it's been proven. They came out and said it about 6 to 8 months ago Yep, that's what we're doing. They call it cloud seeding. We're cloud seeding. And then they name the chemicals. Little chrome and aluminum, this and that, and some kind of other chemicals. It doesn't really hurt anything. But they pour hundreds and millions of gallons into our atmosphere every fucking day. And this happens not just in this planet, not just in our country, in our states, but all over the place. And then we got criminal scum at NIH just got burned. Biotech has taken the license for certain patents from the NIH, among other entities, due to which the U.S. government is owed certain royalty payments, according to the German company's annual report. Oh, burn. When California described California Dem policies. Wait, what? Hold on.
Dumb.
California describes.
Dumb.
Stupid.
Crazy. Dangerous.
Stinks.
Dumb.
That's a good one. And then, this guy's still in jail. Oh, here he's. This is the one right here.
We've been seeing the fossil fuel polluters try to manipulate this process for a long time, and the world's running out of patience because this is so serious now. We're in the hottest year ever measured. We're seeing these extreme climate-related weather events just causing havoc all over the world, and the scientists who've been spot on and dead right in their past predictions, we've seen it play out. We need to give them careful attention to what they're saying would happen if we don't phase out fossil fuels. So we've got to do it, and I'm hopeful that this time we will really finally see some meaningful action. We've been seeing the fossil fuel polluters try to manipulate this process for a long time, and the world's running out of patience because this is so serious now. We're in the hottest year ever measured.
This is a guy with private jets. I don't need to say anymore. It's not a flag. I want to associate myself with all of my colleagues, both at MSNBC and NBC News, who have voiced loud and principled objectives to our company putting on the payroll someone who hasn't just attacked us as journalists, but someone who is part of an ongoing project. What the fuck? How do I even subscribe to this? Oh god, she's just bad. What the fuck? She's a nutcase. And her journalists. They're shills for the Democratic Party and for the Biden regime. Yeah, we already know that. Hell no, NBC. No. Okay, we know that. Why is this going into this direction? What the fuck am I watching? People are going to clap. Alright. Let's go to what I posted. Alright. Oh, there's me. Hello. Yeah. There's Nadler going down. But this is interesting too. But this isn't, you're not seeing this on mainstream media. This is documented proof. The censor scandal exposed. We just unearthed evidence that Biden's DHS and State Department mobilized federal counterterrorism assets to support a foreign-based organization censoring American speech. The Center for Countering Digital Hate. This is their threat. Here it is. So right there in black and white. I'll make it a little bigger so you can see it. Right? That's correct. Obama in 2013 ended the Smith-Mundt Act, allowing the U.S. government to use propaganda on its citizens. I wonder how many satanic symbols have been formed in the skies over this. Oh, you can imagine. I nobody thinks that's an issue, but it's really kind of apparent. it's really starting to rear its ugly head a lot more. And if I let me see if I got it here. Not on this side. Did I even put that up? Wait for it. Profile, go to media. I may have put that up. Not on here, damn it. I didn't put it up in here. No, it's not in here. No, it's not in here. But it shows, you guys all know about, not to change the subject, but you guys do know about during the Super Bowl when Taylor Swift's friend, I forgot her name, had upside down cross and was just totally doing devil symbols. Well, she did it at her last concert, and you can see it on the Disney Channel. And I actually saw it because I have the Disney Channel, because I watch The Bad Batch and a few other cool little shows. This is a good picture. But the thing is it's kind of apparent. And I don't know if they're just using these people to just use them in that way. Because it makes them feel like a part of something. You know? Like Christians and Muslims and Jews and all these other religions are bad. And take your pick, there's a fucking ton of them. But a Satanist is very... And they're painting it like that's the new thing to do. That's the way it should be. That's great. That's the in thing, right? Well, it's not really. Honestly, it's not at all. It's not at all. Not at all. And I think I do have a picture of her doing that here. Hang on. There it is. And then I went into the Disney Channel that I have, and I saw that. You see her fingers? She did that a few times. She's like going like this. Ah. Now, look, Metallica, I've seen them fucking do it, right? But these are, I don't know, man. It's just a little too crazy. And I don't think it matters, you know, what religion or cult you want to use, in my opinion, to be what, to be an asshole. I don't think it matters. Yeah, they're rituals. I get you. Now there's ritualistic things. I get that. I totally get that. Look, my dog tags say I'm a Christian. I'm pretty much a Christian. My kids, we always say a prayer before we eat. I've been to church. I need to go back to church more often. But here's the interesting thing. Yeah, here's the interesting thing that I think is very important for people to understand. Which a lot of people are kind of like, that makes sense. Because at a certain point, you have to think, you know, no matter what theism, no matter what dogma, religion, cult, group, or whatever you're in, it doesn't really matter. It kind of, it does to a certain extent when you start doing crazy shit. But the thing that I've always kind of said, and I'll put this up here because I think it's important. Yeah, the satanic stuff is just it's fucking overboard. I can't condone that. I don't care. I just, I have to just gotta say, because I can go in very, and I'm not saying, look, Catholicism got really bad. You know, you ever heard of the Spanish Inquisition? I learned about that from Monty Python, right? And together in my name, I will be there. I get you. No, I get you. But the thing that I always say to people, and it doesn't matter, because I know that I've known, you know, asshole Christians, and I've known asshole Muslims, and I've known asshole Jews, and asshole Hindus, and, you know, you name it. They're you know, no matter what, an asshole is always just an asshole, right? Religion, cult, diversity, theism, dogma, political party, any species, whatever. Whatever you use as your core belief or your foundation of motivation may not be what drives or dictates your actual actions, choices, decisions, or what exactly completely defines your character or your values or who you truly are inside and out. Maybe you're just a really good person, a decent person, or you're just a fucking total asshole. I think you get my point on that, right? There are some religions out there that are, in my opinion, somewhat satanic. I would definitely say that for sure. I think there's a lot of stuff out there that is pretty bad. I would say that for sure. My religion right now is this religion. That's my religion. That's always been my religion. That's where I'm from. I don't know where you're from, but that's where I'm from. And what's interesting is the people that designed and helped create our country were basically all Christians. And they, you know, in God we trust, pretty much, you know what I mean? Which came later on. Yeah, absolutely. That's it. I'm an ass, I'm a patriot, I'm ex-Navy. You know, I fucking had the American dream. I played football, sports when I was a kid, traveled all over the place. You know, I was fucking junior prom king for some stupid, crazy reason. I don't even know how it happened. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I was voted most flirt in my senior year at prom. My girlfriend didn't like that. I was just not shy. I talked to anybody. Didn't matter. It's fucking terrible. But I had a lot of fun, you know. I was out there on Friday nights. We'd fucking party like rock stars. Drinking age in Hawaii at the time when I was younger was 18. It was bad, but it was good. We had a great time. The thing now is, what's more important is keeping this country together. And I was just watching the other day. Who was I watching the other day? No, not the other day, just recently, tonight. And I was listening to this guy, and this guy just made, you know, in what he's saying, I've already said, right? And I like this guy too.
The World Economic Forum in Davos.
Okay, watch.
The Great Reset is a vision from the World Economic Forum in Davos that calls for dissolving the boundaries between the public sector and the private sector, dissolving the boundaries between nations, dissolving the boundary even between the online world and the offline world to work together towards the singular global common good as articulated by the likes of Klaus Schwab. What we're seeing in Western democracies around the world is a rising, an uprising. I'd call it, yes, in a good way, a populist uprising of everyday citizens who say hell no to that vision. I'm not some vague, nebulous global citizen fighting climate change somewhere. I'm a citizen of this nation, in our case, the United States of America, and I'm proud of that, and that citizenship means something.
He's just got that Obama 2.0 thing. It's just, is there any other accent or something he could use? Because it really kind of gets to me, because I just keep getting these Obama flashbacks. And yeah, I know it. He sued the World Economic Forum for using or having his name up, and they took it down finally, you know. But he's just so good at this, just like Obama was. But he's not going to be the president. Trump is. And we got to make sure that happens. Hopefully he'll be in the cabinet doing something. I think he's an asset. I've changed my mind. I thought he was just a fucking dork.
That's what I call the Great Uprising. But for the Great Uprising to actually succeed, we have to stand.
I'm a dork, that's for sure.
And for something, for an alternative vision. What is that vision? It is sovereignty. That's the opposite of the Great Reset. We've been searching for what it is. What does it mean to be the opposite or in opposition to the Great Reset? It means we are sovereign at the level of the individual, the family, the nation, and God. Individual, family, nation, God. That beats race, gender, sexuality, and climate.
In no particular order, in my opinion. You could put God first, or individual first, or family first, whatever. It's as long as you got the three, I think you should be good.
If we have the courage to actually stand for something, for our vision of what it means to be sovereign as an individual, that I am an agent, free to achieve what I want with my own free will, not riding some fake tectonic plate of group identity. My membership in a family, the ultimate unit of governance, the best known form of governance to mankind in our country or any other one. That I'm a citizen of a nation, and that means something, that national identity is part of my identity, that the nation state grounds me, and I'm not going to apologize for my pride in it. And my belief that we are one nation under God, that God doesn't have to be some four-letter word or treated as such, but that we are part of something bigger than ourselves, that there is a God that puts us here for a purpose, and that gives us our sense of direction in this world. That's the opposite of the Great Reset. Particularly, let's talk about that topic of national identity. We've fallen into this trap of believing that there are globalists who want to make the world a better place, and then there are those of us, I call myself one of them, nationalists, who believe that it's the job of leaders to look after the interests of our own nation. And we've almost ceded the argument to the other side by saying that they're arguing for how to make the world a better place, while we're just here talking about how to make our nation better. Well, I think that's the wrong framing of the argument. It's not the fact that the people who want to make the world a better place are going to be successful at doing it. The way we make the world a better place is for leaders of each nation to make their nation the best version of itself. That's the true positive nationalist vision, is what it means to be sovereign at the level of the individual, the family, the nation, and a nation under God. That's how we ground what I see as a multinational conservative movement of everyday citizens of those nations stepping up to say, you know what, here's how we're going to help each other and help the world, is each of our nations to be the best version of ourselves. For me, that's right here in the United States. But if that's Giorgia Meloni in Italy, or Viktor Orban in Hungary, or whether it's Bukele in El Salvador, or any other leader in any other country who says that, you know what, my job is to make sure my nation and the citizens of my nation are best off, that is how you make the world a better place. And that's the alternative vision to the Great Reset. And it's up to us as conservatives, as citizens of actual nations, to step up and stand for that vision, rather than just getting worked up over what the other side puts up on offer. We have to offer that alternative vision of our own. And
you need to label them a fucking terrorist group, dude. I'm sick of this nice guy to the fucking WEF, WHO, NATO fuckers. I just... It's pretty apparent to me that these people are shit, right? Those, I mean, not talking about Vivek, but I mean, a good interview you guys should watch, because she kind of says it. I'm not really sold on her being a VP yet.
National Guard at the time. I didn't, because the rules said that as officers of the DNC, you can't take sides in a partisan primary. The DNC itself under W. Wasserman Schultz clearly was in every way tilting the scales for Hillary Clinton. But I resigned as vice chair of the DNC and endorsed Bernie Sanders around this single issue of foreign policy.
Yes. Specifically
because while I disagreed with Bernie on a bunch of things, he was certainly more of a local lady.
One of the biggest sales ever. 30.
He grabbed my arm and looked at me with this. But that summer of 2013, my first year in Congress. As you know, one of the main reasons that I ran for Congress was because of the experiences that I'd had on both of my Middle East deployments, where I experienced the cost of war firsthand, serving in a medical unit. And I wanted to be in a position where I could help influence and impact those foreign policy decisions that were directly impacting my brothers and sisters in uniform. I didn't realize that my opportunity to be able to do that would happen so quickly. But it was August of 2013 that President Obama announced that he was going to seek authorization to use military force from Congress to go and drop some bombs on Syria in what would be kind of the first volley of a regime change war there. And I was on the Foreign Affairs Committee at the time. August, most members of Congress are at home during recess, and I was home in my district. And I remember, like it was yesterday, pumping gas at the gas station, and this woman came up to me, and I'd never met her before. Local lady came, she grabbed my arm and looked at me with this intensity in her eyes, telling me that her son had just come home from Iraq, and she had been terrified that he wouldn't come home. He was finally home with her, and now they wanted to send him back to another war in another country, and begged me, please, Tulsi, don't let them take my son from me.
Jeez.
And as the next couple of days went on, I would bump into more people like that in the supermarket or just around town who were absolutely terrified. I went back to Washington. We held all the committee hearings, open hearings, classified briefings, and I went in with an open mind, saying, give me all of the information. I want to make sure that I do my due diligence before I take a position or make a decision on this. And ultimately,
that doesn't happen in Congress. There's no such thing as due diligence or research. They just vote because they want their fucking bunch of greedy bastards. Yeah, he's a smooth talker, there's no doubt. Almost too smooth.
Secretary Kerry came in and briefed us. The answers to very direct questions that I had, such as, what is our objective? What is your objective in wanting to go and start another war in another country? How do you think they will respond? What will you do next? What is that second, third, fourth order of effects and consequences that will always happen? And the question.
That's amazing right there. The second, third, fourth effects. And like she's kind of going through it as it's a chess game. What are they going to do afterwards? What's our retaliation? These are questions you should be asking constantly. There's none of that happening. Everything that happens in Congress right now is blind. It's fucking all these, I'm going to say at least 90% of them are voting blind. They don't fucking care about the consequences. They don't care about the after effects. They don't care what the collateral damage is. These people that are in Congress that have been there for a long time, a lot of the older people, and even a lot of the new ones, like Crenshaw, they remind me of a bunch of, who was that one lady? I just had it in my head. I was going to say Bette Midler. No, not Bette Midler. It was Madeleine Albright, when she was questioned about 500,000 men, women, and children specifically that have died in Afghanistan, Iraq, and all the Middle East conflict. And she said, well, those are the sacrifices you have to, just nothing. They're completely numb. And she said, that's just the collateral damage. It's just collateral. That doesn't mean anything to these fucking pedo global pedo predator class motherfuckers.
You know, when I said, what is your objective? I believe it was Secretary Kerry or someone from the State Department who said, well, you know, we don't want to deliver a decapitation. We don't want it to be a pinprick. We want this to be a punch in the gut and send a message. And my question was, okay, so a punch in the gut, like, what will you do when they respond? And they said, well, we don't think there'll be a response. That's your plan? You don't think there will be a response?
Gary said
if
that. If
somebody came up and punched you in the gut, would you like just not respond? If they don't respond, they've got some pretty, you know, weaponized, powerful friends. You don't think they'll respond? And what if they don't respond to us, but they respond by attacking some of our friends who may be in the region? All of these different kinds of questions. There's like, well, we just don't think they'll do it. Well, what happens next? Well, you know, we think this will send a strong message. And it's the same kind of like political BS talk that means nothing and is so disconnected from the reality of the people on the ground who have to live with those consequences. And it really surprised me, and maybe I shouldn't have been surprised, but it surprised me that after so many years of looking back at the massive mistakes of Iraq, that they could be so glib and just saying, oh, we'll just go drop some bombs and send a message and that'll be it.
They learned nothing.
They learned nothing. And so
Yeah. I don't think she's getting the part where Smedley Butler, if you look it up, his name is Smedley Butler. It came out of World War II or one, a long time ago. He said, war is a racket. And, you know, I think I saw that picture when I was scrolling through here. Where is that picture? I knew it was in here. So here it is. Is it right here? No? Here? No, no. Where is it? I think it was in the other one. Hold on. Oh, is it in here? Boop. No. There's a picture I had. I think it's on my other account. Let me look real quick. Come on. There we go. Wait. What account are we on now? Oh, we're gonna go this one. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah. There it is. So this right here is an old picture from like 80 years ago. 80 plus years ago. Probably like 85, 86 now, years ago. And it shows, and I need to make it bigger so you can see it. Let's see, there it is. Let's make it even bigger so you can see it. Here. Okay. That's still not very big. What we got here? This comic is over 80 years old, and yet you don't have to change a thing about it. It's every bit as relevant today as the day it was drawn. So just keep in mind, all the waiters and the manager of the restaurant is catering to the world, to the military industrial complex. Well, healthcare and education and the arts and all, everything else gets nothing, right? And this has been the way it's been for a long, long time. So we can't keep looking at war as something that's going to benefit us. They used to create them. My grandfather used to say, well, you know, when things get tough, it's always good to have a war. It helps the economy. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, Grandpa. But which was the case. But now it doesn't help us anymore. It doesn't help us anymore. It does nothing for us. All that money goes to the global predator class. It goes to, some of it goes to Enron or Boeing. You know, Boeing's got such a great reputation right now because they just killed one of their whistleblowers. And we've got, it goes to Enron, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, etc. And there's a lot of other companies out there that people don't even know who they are. There's hundreds of companies that are part of the military industrial complex union. The union workers for these large companies, I'm going to tell you right now, it's the greatest union on the planet. You never get fired. You always make a shit ton of money. You live high on the hog. It's been that way for the past few decades, for sure. Absolutely, for sure. But the problem here is every time they want to send money somewhere else, or money that we really don't have at all, it's lunacy. But it just feeds the coffers, the wallets, the bank accounts, and the Cayman Island accounts, the South African accounts, the Swiss bank accounts, offshore accounts, just whatever. And that's where that money goes. Let's just get down to the brass tacks of war these days. It has nothing to do really with assets. We've got all the oil we can have or want or need. We've got all the fucking gold we have or want or need. We can get more anywhere we want. We can make this. We got iron, ore, this, that, and the other thing. Anytime a check is written, and I'm going to say this, and I keep saying this, all right? Anytime a check is written, this is what it's for. I'm going to tell you right now. This is really happening in real time right now. The Democrats and the Rhipiglicans will activate a black swan event to cause chaos, disorder, and mayhem. Another state of emergency will be needed. Pedo Joe declares martial law to stop the November general election. Any bipartisan legislation passed by Congress for the rest of this year, this is 2024, ensures my prediction. And they're not getting that because they just gave him some more money. You know, this guy Kevin Johnson, or whatever his name, something Johnson, John Johnson. I call him Kevin Johnson because this last guy was Kevin. Yeah, It's just fucking, it just should piss everybody off so immensely. Yeah, people are saying it's going to happen on April the 8th, the eclipse. And then, September, they're going to do it in mid-September, probably, in my opinion. Yeah. So keep your eyes and ears and phones open. And I don't think they're going to do whatever they can. These people are desperate as hell. And they're a bunch of sick fuckers. They'll take out a city, state, or even a fucking piece of this country to stop Trump. I really believe that. So here's the thing that's getting to me the most, is this right here. Anytime any bill is passed, anything bipartisan to me is treason. Anything. Because they just approved a bill in the House that, let me see, $1.2 trillion. The bill was released at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it was supposed to be voted on the next fucking day, and it had over 1,200 pages in it for them to go through. Now, I'm not a speed reader, and I don't think any of them are, but and maybe AI could pick out a few things, which it did. But the problem with the way they're doing things is very suspect. It's almost like they know. And then they vote on it like it's okay. It's just amazing to me. Didn't it fucking just amaze everybody? All of a sudden it went through. And because they all have fucking like Superman reading. Remember the movie with John Travolta, Phenomenon or Phenom or something like that, where he gets hit with in the head or something and he becomes really super smart and can read really fast and starts manipulating telekinesis and clairvoyant and all this other shit. But anyway, there's nobody in Congress like that. They're all fucking falling apart. I just showed you that earlier. Most of those people are fucking turning into the 6 foot under club before our very eyes. So nobody's really able to read all that information, gather all that information. They just talk to each other and they say, dude, just do it. Because the World Economic Forum, Chatham House, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilaterals, alignment linked with the Trilateral Agreement, etc., and all these globalists need this to happen. And we need to get more money to them. That's where all the money goes. Yeah, it's just amazing that everybody's thinking that the military-industrial complex gets all this money. They don't. Remember when Donald Rumsfeld came out in September 10th? On September 10th of 2001, the day before 9/11, September 11th, 2001, he comes out and says, we can't find $2.1 trillion. That's it. It's almost, and he was kind of, I can bring it up. And in a sense, he was kind of joking about it. It's almost like he was giggling about it when he said it. We can't fucking find it. There it is. Fuck you. You can't find it. Well, it comes to find out, and what had been researched, and the data is there, and the information is there. The only place you would find the information to trace that was exactly the location of where a plane ran into the Pentagon and into certain towers that fell down. New York City. Isn't that interesting? And in recent times, they can't find a lot of money. There's no accountability to the money they send out. Does anybody question that? That's fucking crazy. That is the biggest, and Tulsi explains that. You got to watch her interview. I think it's really good. I don't think she would be a bad idea for VP, but I think she should be in his administration doing something. That's for sure. I think she'll give her something. The goal is, honestly, the goal is to get him there and give him, and I keep saying this on True Social and everywhere, is that we not only need to pay attention and make sure his fucking terribly vetted security guards who suck need to watch and take care of this guy, but we need to make sure he makes it to November 8th. We need to make sure there's actually a November 8th. And then if he goes to the podium in an inauguration, we need to make sure he's there with a majority in the House and the Senate. That should be the focus right now. Yeah, it's Building 7. I know, Snork keeps talking about Building 6. But Building 6 is a weird one too, Snork. For sure. I'm just really surprised. Me in this show, and this is more of a documentary for me. I go, people say going down the rabbit hole. I go down into the abyss, right? I remember I used to snorkel in Hawaii. I used to take a Hawaiian sling or my spear. No rope tied to it, just a spear. And it would come out of your hand, and if you lost it, it's gone. So you got to be good at what you're doing. And I wasn't really good, but I was later. Anyway, so I used to be able to go down, blow water out. I used to be able to go down at least 40 or 50 feet easily on my own. Building 7 had a paper trail for the trillions Rumsfeld said wasn't missing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think all the buildings in this, there was... Anyway. Yeah, so we know 9/11 was bullshit. We know the Gulf of Tonkin, Vietnam was bullshit. We know that these military-industrial complex bankers and everybody were investing for the war in regards to what happened in Pearl Harbor. It was almost like purposely done. And we know about all these other wars. It's just been a fucking scam after scam after scam after money laundering, after looting, after pillaging, not only ourselves, other countries. It's just fucking out of control. Out of control. And it's got to stop. And as I said, I go pretty deep down these abysses. And what sucks is I'll bring up an anglerfish. The scary fucking anglerfish. I'll bring one up every once in a while and I'll tell everybody what it is, and nobody wants to look at that because it's so ugly. Nobody wants to admit this is going to that they need to be conscious of this. The Democrats and the Rhipiglicans will activate their Black Swan event to cause chaos, disorder, and mayhem. Another state of emergency will then be needed. Pedo Joe and his pedophile administration declares martial law to stop the November general election. That's their way out of this, because they know they're not going to get the vote. You have Donald Trump at every one of his fucking rallies. He's got at least 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,000 people. I have yet to see more than 25 people around Pedo Joe. I have never, and because most of those people are crisis actors. They're all there paid for crisis actors, right? It's just really sad. Yeah, any bipartisan legislation passed by Congress for the rest of this year in 2024 is going to help that. And if they keep passing more and more for this fucking Congress, it's gonna pretty much seal the deal that this is going to happen. And a lot of people know it, and a lot of people know it. A lot of fucking people know it. I mean, they're feeling it. They sense it. There's a lot of YouTubers that I know that they're just kind of going, all right. But the sad thing is there's like nothing we can do about it. There's nothing we can fucking do about it. Oh, I like this one. Yeah, that's part of the puppet of this puppet. Okay? That puppet operates that puppet from this puppet. Okay? And they're all just a bunch of fucking puppets. That's pretty nutty, man. This is fucking lunacy. I just never seen so much craziness in all my fucking life. And it's not... And I keep hearing, I love this picture. Here's his picture. This guy gets a selfie, and she's so fucking wasted on the plane. And she's so wasted on the plane that she doesn't know. When you're so drunk on a plane, you don't notice the hat. It's fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome. No, I'm telling you, A&M Sword, I'm telling you. I have never seen something so fucking nuts in my life. Crazy. Are you in Texas? A&M? Texas A&M? Yeah, I recommend you guys watch this Tulsi Tucker interview. It happened just 6 hours ago. It's not very old. She puts up some really good information, and she's impressive. I really don't know anybody else that has as much integrity and strength that she does right now. And with me, it's pretty serious. I don't think she's MTG, but on the other hand, MTG is doing the same thing that Nancy Pelosi is doing and fucking has making big money off the fucking stock market, like most of the fucking, like 80 fucking senators and a bunch of fucking legislators are in Congress. They're doing it. Let's see if there's anything else that's weird. Trudeau shit. You know, even their LED lights are bad for us. It's so terrible. Yeah, plastic is bad. And look at this. This tool will help us get to zero emissions. I always pay attention to. I just subscribed to the Bill Gates channel because I want to know what this fucker's doing. I don't trust him. I haven't trusted him since 2020 when I really knew what the fuck this guy was about. Right. Chrissy Noam warns of China threat to us. Yeah, everything's a threat. Why would anybody want to be friends with us right now? Let's ask that question. Why in the fuck would anybody want to be friends with us? Have you saw this yet? You gotta get this. This is on my page. You gotta screenshot this one, bro. This is a good one. Show this to all the brothers. Right? This is a good one. The Democrats have been perpetrating fraud and deception for decades. They're not what they've claimed to be ever. 13th Amendment, abolish slavery, 100% Republican support, 23% Democratic support. 15th Amendment, right to vote for all, 100% Republican support, 0 Democrat support. 14th Amendment gave citizenship to freed slaves, 94% Republican support, 0% Democratic support. Lincoln, taken out by a Democrat. JFK, taken out by a Democrat. MLK, taken out by a Democrat. Who created KKK? Democrats. Who lynched the blacks? The Democrats. Segregation was the Democrats. Created Jim Crow era? Democrats. Internment camps for the Japanese? Democrats. The Confederacy? That was Democrats. And the biggest one, eugenicist, all human beings are not born equal. Margaret H. Sanger of Planned Parenthood had 3 children. She was able to have 3 children. Planned Parenthood's clinics were strategically placed in low-income, mainly black and minority cities throughout the United States. Why? Well, I think right now 13 or 14% of the United States is black in the U.S. today. But what would it have been without Planned Parenthood being strategically placed in black neighborhoods? I wonder what it would have been. I wonder. They went straight to Hawaii and took all us out too. Right? Yeah, the eugenicists are just a sick fucking group of motherfuckers. But here's the thing. These fuckers right here, most of them work for the World Economic Forum, man. These fuckers are compromised. Right? These motherfuckers, they're all puppets of the World Economic Forum. Yeah, you guys will, everybody will figure it out pretty soon. You'll figure it out pretty soon. Yeah, Dixiecrats, crazy. I fucking, Cheryl, who's black, told me about all this shit. She's on this show all the time. She came in and she fucking told me all this shit. I'm like, what? What? For fuck's sakes. But this is, this is craziness, man. It's craziness. This is the fucking amount of craziness. There's a whole collage of craziness in regards to our nation and how bad it's been. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get going. I think that's enough. I got to get up early in the morning. And that's pretty much it. But I want to thank Am Suarez, Snork, Mr. Lot, for coming in. And whoever else wants to pay attention, share my information, share my videos. This is my 6th channel. My 7th is still on, I think, still. Everything I have is still being spoken in code for most because, you know, I'm trying to keep this channel. But they're trying to take me down. These fuckers are trying to take me down. Right here. Ah, thank you for being here. Aloha, aloha, mahalo, mahalo nui aloha for being here. Yeah, go to fthewf.org. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, send me out, show me to the world. When I first started in 2017, early 2017, I had more people subscribe to my channel then, in like the first couple months. I had like 600 or 700 subscribers in early 2020, and then I started talking about the coronavirus and the vaccine and other things that were related to it. And channel after channel just got fucking taken down. It was nonstop. Right, but there's an Odyssey link in the notes below. Check that Odyssey link. Some of my old stuff is in there if you want to look at. But the thing that I keep telling everybody, I think this would really kind of tell who's lying and who's not lying, right? The question no one is asking, and I'll leave with this: is there a medical procedure or test that a person could take that would indicate or detect if they have had any type of the Corrovian Mary Roger Nancy Alpha Kool-Aid in their body or blood system? Because then that would tell you who's been lying to us. Who's been lying. Yeah, I'll leave it with that. Aloha. Thank you for being